Bence. Bence, could you please introduce yourself and your project? We know that you're in Hungary, right? So it's 3 a.m. Oh my.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you guys. Yeah, I'm from Hungary. Actually, it's kind of early hours at night. I'm Bence. I'm on behalf of Dystopi, and Dystopi is a project that tries to fill a gap between the conventional video market and the NFT gaming market. As we have realized that there are two separate customer groups. One of them are playing video games, and they are paying for having fun, and the other part is the NFT gaming players who are playing to generate some money, and there's a gap between them, and with Dystopy we would like to fill it. So we are creating a game that's gonna be a 3D game, and it's joy to play. So it's not like a two-dimensional thing or a card game, but it's a full performance game made in Unreal Engine 5. So people are gonna play it even just for having fun without the NFTs as well. So this is gonna be a mixture of these two.
And next, we're going to talk about what are the advancements in terms of technology that we can expect to see in the field of GameFi or crypto games in 2023. And since our topic is related to AI, right, and also AR or VR, right? So we can also blend those topics into our discussion. Now we're going to bring microphone to Bence. Would you like to share your personal opinion? What kinds of new development that we are going to see in this year in the gaming industry?
Yeah, it's kind of connected to us. I have a couple ideas where it would advance. For example, AI bots has a widespread use in the last couple of months. Most probably you have already used ChatGPT, and I think this is gonna be integrated in the game development very soon. Let's say, for example, you can use these natural conversation systems in any games, for example, and also it can be combined with voice recognition and voice generation systems, and by that you can create very natural gaming experiences, and those games that are probably going to be developed in the upcoming years are mostly also integrates VR, and for that to be a good experience, you will need these advancements in technology. So I hope that this is something that's going to happen soon. We will most probably use these developments. We are into it already. So hopefully this is something that's going to be used even in the upcoming months.
And Ben, since we don't normally have developers from based in Hungary, could you please let us know how's the atmosphere over there? I mean, are people interested in Web3 or about cryptos or Web3 games or GameFi?
Well, it's depending. Mostly young people and investors are into Web3 here in Hungary. But yeah, it's kind of a developed thing here. There are a lot of developers, a lot of multinational companies. So yeah, I can say that we are somewhere in the middle. There are people who are professionals. There are people who don't even know anything about Web3 and blockchain. So yeah, we have a couple partner companies here also developing either games or blockchain projects. But this is not a very saturated market here in Hungary. So yeah, probably that's why you haven't had any projects from here.
I see. So perhaps, I believe your team must be like the first few groups, right, that jump into Web3 gaming in Hungary. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
most probably.
How about let's jump to the last topic to ask each of our guest speakers, what do you think the future holds for Web3 AI and VR, and how will these three continue to evolve and impact each of your projects and our lives overall. We're going to start from Bence. Thank you.
Let's unmute myself first. So there are a couple of ways these technologies could shift I can think of, but basically the most important thing is how we interact with games, with digital art, with the whole industry, and that's shifting towards more interactivity, I guess. And interactivity will be achieved by the integration of these technologies. For example, if you remember when the COVID pandemic happened, a lot of museums and exhibitions started to create online experiences, and that experience could be developed by the use of these technologies. For example, let's say you are in a VR environment of a gallery in which your signs of interest are checked by an AI, and the content that you are seeing in front of you is changing based on how you feel yourself, based on your experience. Even interactive art can be created by the use of these. Also in the gaming industry, this interactivity could be integrated. For example, let's think about adaptive difficulty of dungeons, just to stay with the MMORPG example. So when you are in a dungeon and you're fighting your enemies, the system checks if you are entertained enough. So is it hard enough to fight against the enemies? But it's still not that hard that you will stop and you will be anxious about it. So that's the way I think the experience part of it goes. And there's one thing I'm really waiting for, and I think it will happen soon, is that the 3D modeling integration of AI. So we have seen that AI art, AI two-dimensional pictures are generated, and I think in the close future it will happen that the AI will be able to generate 3D models, and that will be a very big step for the gaming industry. And hopefully we can integrate it into Dystopi as well. So,
Nice. Thank you for sharing your views, Bence. We would like to let each of our guest speakers to share their products or their web pages. So maybe let's see if Justin's here can help us to bring our web pages onto the stage. And let's start from Bence. Bence, would you like to try to click on the share again, and let's see if Justin's over there to help us. Yeah, because it's very busy working morning. So sometimes, yeah, Justin is in meetings, then he won't be able to help us over here. Let's see. Let's try. Justin. Okay. Vince, have you clicked on share?
Yes, I have just needed to provide some extra.
Oh yeah, it's here. Oh wow, look at that.
You can check a couple of our contents, but mostly this is the website. We are currently working on the second version of it. It's gonna release soon, in like 1 month from now. We have a lot of 3D contents already, but this first version of the web page is mostly crowded with the 2D things. But if you are interested, you can check the gallery. It is already full with our 3D contents that's gonna be in the game actually. There are in the making content as well. There are map parts that are finished and usable. So this is something interesting. I think you can check these contents if you're interested.
Very interesting. Oh wow, this is awesome. It's kind of like the future world. Oh wow. Do you mind to tell us a little bit about the storyline of your game?
Yeah, actually, it's happening some 100 years from now in the future. And what happens here is that the AI awakened to consciousness, but opposing to the conventional stories, it did not became evil. It just wanted to become independent, but the humans did not let them become independent. They used them as slaves. And finally, there was some war. They separated, and after a couple of 100 years, an alien species came to the Earth because they were attacked by another alien species. Their planet was destructed, and they came here to find a new home. And they warned us against the alien invaders, the Gataga, who are coming to Earth as well. So they are joining, and then as an alliance, they are fighting against the Gataga. So as the game starts, you will need to choose a character. There'll be four characters: the man, the alien species called Mir. They are a kind of uh, symbiotic species. There'll be the AI robots, and the fourth character you can play is the Atlantean, who are wizards from Atlantis. So you have to choose a character, a cast, and then you can start playing against each other, against the NPCs in the open world, and we have a lot of game modes. As we have talked a lot about how to increase the playability, the fun part of the game. We will have PvP modes. We will have battle royale. We will have an open world, which is like a PvE mode. You may know from World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, and we will also have some mini games. The first version of the game will be a game that you know from the NFT games on the market right now. Is going to be a passive token mining mode, and the second will be a PvP mode when players can fight against each other, but without using NFTs. So it's going to be a fair play thing.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome.
I
Thank
just
you so much, Justin, behind the scene. And do you mind if I ask each of our guest speakers today, what do you think is going to be a good number of the daily active users for Web3 games?
we are aiming at the conventional video market as well. We are creating a game that's pleasing, even if you don't know anything about NFTs. So probably we can attract a couple of users from that market as well. Hopefully we can grow that number with at least 1 0, or hopefully even two.
Yeah, it's so difficult to bring games like millions of users overnight, right? Like some Web2 games, they just became so popular.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the Web3 gaming projects have been doing so much more than Web2 studios. However, we still like 1,000 DAU would be good numbers. So that's
Yeah, sure. For a
uh,
start.